Hi everyone, it's Rachel. Welcome to the Sweet and Simple Home. Today I want to take you around my home and show you my house decorated for the autumn season. I love the cozy season. I love to curl up with a book. I love a big hot steaming mug of tea or coffee, and I love a cozy corner to read. So you will see those loves reflected in how I decorate for fall. So come on in and I'll give you the tour. So yes, do come in. As you come in, you will see I have a basket on my front door, and I have been using this basket in every season except for Christmas/winter to display seasonal flowers. So right now I have sort of like these seed pods. They remind me of like a rose hip seed pod in here, and it just makes it feel nice and cozy for fall. And I added a ribbon with a nice texture to it to give it a little bit more presence on the door. And once you're inside, the main event is definitely our big cozy couch. We have some seasonal pillows out to kind of bring in the colors of autumn. I have this adorable orange pumpkin pillow I got at Hobby Lobby, and I love orange and teal together in the fall. I sort of love the wallpaper that I recently added, how it brings in a lot of coziness and comfort to this space and color. On the other side of the couch, this is definitely one of my favorite spots. I have a trio of pillows and my favorite sort of sweater type blanket laid out, and a little lamp there that I can turn on when I'm ready to curl up and read a wonderful book. In the far corner, we have set up sort of like this little bar cart for hosting. It looks very autumnal and definitely has some of those colors. Got a little plant there and just some of the different things that we use when we're hosting, and that gorgeous sort of teal bowl brings in that orange and the teal that I love. I got that bowl for just $1 at a yard sale this summer. The coffee table is one of my favorite things right now. I have a candle going and some pretty autumnal flowers. Someone told me these are probably dogwood blooms, which I love. Cute little pumpkin, a book stack of autumnal books, some of these that we're actively using, and then my little journal on top. We have a frame TV, and it never comes across very great on camera, just sort of looks flashy. In person, it does not look that way. I have a beautiful still life up here for the fall season. Across from the couch, we have another cozy little corner with a bookcase, and I really love how the pumpkins look up here. I've got a little one on top of a book stack and a whitewashed one that came from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. The colors in my bookcase are so wonderful this time of year, so I just added a few little touches, like some leather wrapped around a book set and a little tin with a portrait on it, just little things. Like this cute little fox on my chair. He's adorable. We call him Frederick. He was a gift a couple years ago, and he comes with me sometimes to my classroom or to the library. He's fun to have sitting here with his little autumnal outfit and this beautiful green blanket I got at a yard sale several years ago. The fringe is everything. The texture just makes it feel so autumnal. Across the room, we have another bookcase, and I've turned my globe a little bit from what you've seen before, just because I've been taking this with me into my classroom often, and I like to be able to easily grab it to pull it down. But again, I have a little pumpkin on top of a book stack. And lower in the bookcase, these cute little pumpkins were made by my niece, and I set them next to this beautiful painting a friend of mine did. I added a little velvet mushroom toadstool. This is actually from my daughter's room, and she's sharing it with me. Certain seasons, like, you notice different things that you have out differently, and I feel like this spot is looking very autumnal. Just things that we usually have out, like our bookend with this cute little toadstool here from Molly's room. It just looks so much more autumnal. On my husband's chair, I paid attention. He really does not like pillows on his chair, so I just draped a blanket and moved the pillow to the couch, and that's been working really well. He finds that way more to his taste. So here's a look from the other side, looking across to the other portion of our open floor plan. You can see the dining area set up here, and I agonized, you guys, about my centerpiece this year. I did not know what to do. I tried so many different combinations, and one day I was out working on just pulling some weeds in the front of our property, and I saw these. We have these grassy bushes. They're native to Idaho, and everyone in our neighborhood has at least 2 in their front yard. And so I thought, I wonder if I could clip some of this and put it in my big white pitcher, if that would look weird or if it would look cool. And I gotta tell you, I'm loving it. It has a very wheat-like look to it. It's very golden and sort of sun-bleached right now, which I think works so well for that autumnal vibe. This picture I've had forever. My sister gave it to me, and I placed it on top of this little placemat that was my mom's. She had this in our house in the 90s, and one of the times I was visiting, I kind of stole it. Because I love it so much. It's very nostalgic, and it has that blue and orange combo that I'm just really loving for fall, with those sort of amber colored candlesticks that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I have some beeswax candles in there. And I love how the artwork also behind the table just really ties in well with what's on the table. And looking into the kitchen, I've kept it very simple here because the main event is definitely the wallpaper that I recently put up. I'll link to that video down below if you want to see it. But I just have out my regular stuff on the counter, but I did add some touches to my little kitchen scale here. I got this kitchen scale at Goodwill for $5 last year. And I like changing out what I put on top of it for the season. So I have a little pumpkin and a little flower pick. And right next to it, I put some more beeswax candles and these silver candlesticks from my wedding, which, you guys, was 20 years ago yesterday as I'm filming this. So we just celebrated 20 years, and those candles just feel a little special to have out right now. So I'll take you upstairs to our loft. This is sort of functioning like our kids' space, our family room. I have my beautiful green bookcases up here, a little kid table, a cozy little reading couch, our piano, and it's definitely got a very colorful, warm, fun feel. And I'm loving how the bookshelves, like, we display our Lego sets here, but you'll notice I added a little read banner, and I just made this. I had some inspiration. I was on a walk, and I just thought it'd be cute to add something to that bookcase upstairs. So I came home, grabbed some old book sheets, and just started cutting out the letters read just by hand, just by eyeballing it. It's so not perfect. I just grabbed a needle and thread from my little sewing tin that I keep handy. I had some brown thread and just pulled that out of that little tin and literally just strung it through in and out like I was sewing, and it created this very light looking banner. It's just one of those DIYs that could not get any simpler. When I hung it up, it made the letters look like they were floating, which I loved so much. I'm very pleased with how this looks. So of course we have a lot of books. I love how this book on the end looks like it's looking at you. It kind of has that creepy fall vibe that is fun this time of year. So we have a lot of books displayed, and I'll talk through some of that. But I really like how all the colors are working together really well, like those bins on top that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. All the Lego sets, like our Rivendell set, just looks so autumnal right now with the golden colors on the leaves and within the set itself. We have a couple different castle sets, and the giant spider from Harry Potter. It just feels very autumnal, and my kids just love it, and they pull those down and play with them often. We've got our Tolkien books displayed here, which just look so beautiful in the fall. They're like made for fall, I feel. And of course, next to the bookshelves, we also have our Tower of the Eye of Sauron. I have a couple different maps. These are artwork from Haley DeRoche. She has a wonderful website that I'll try to link down below. She is an artist that I found on Instagram, and I love her artwork. The couch, I moved some of the pillows from downstairs up here. My Cool Kids Read books. Looks great. This pillow I recently found at the thrift store. The blue ones I've had forever. I made the plaid blue one years ago from some fabric I found at a yard sale. In this center table, I want to thank whichever subscriber it was that gave me this idea. She said she'd been looking for a scallop shelf like this to turn upside down to hold books. And the thought of using this upside down had not occurred to me until she mentioned that in the comments. So thank you, thank you. I love this so much. I put out a bunch of autumnal type books for my kids, starting with Leaf by Niggle by J.R.R. Tolkien. You cannot get more autumnal than Leaf by Niggle. And then I have things like Dear America and To Kill a Mockingbird, some Sherlock Holmes, some Avi books, that wonderful Princess and Goblin copy I found at Goodwill recently has a super autumnal vibe to it. Tale of Despero, The Little Pilgrim's Progress, A Dragon's Book, books that are just so autumnal. And last but not least, this little basket that I thrifted recently as well for just $1.50. I envisioned filling with books that I'm currently reading or I'm waiting to shelf, and that's what's in this right now, are books that I've recently purchased. So it just fits so perfectly right here in this little spot. So one thing that is really important to me in the autumn is to make sure that my home kind of engages the five senses. I've got scent going with a candle or diffuser, or with baking cookies or a loaf of bread. These are scents that will really evoke those nostalgic feels that mean so much in the autumn season. I also like to think about what we're listening to, what sounds have filled the home. My favorite thing is to open the windows and let the sound of the breeze or the soft rain that's coming in come in through the window, but that's not always possible because these, especially first few weeks of autumn, are usually pretty hot. For music, I like to think about things like cozy jazz. My favorites being Nat King Cole, his version of Stardust, and Autumn Leaves. Those are two of my top favorites this time of year. Also, for jazz, Autumn in New York by Ella Fitzgerald. Gotta listen to that. Classical music, I think Vivaldi with the Four Seasons is really fun because you're in a new season. And then I love this cute song. I just stumbled upon it last year. It's called Autumn Town Leaves, and the artist is Iron and Wine. A really cute one. And I also really like the Grey Havens, The Ghost of a King. That's a fun one to listen to in the autumn as well. So the pleasures for autumn for me are so much more than just what's visual, it's what's felt. So a nice cup of coffee with a little cinnamon sprinkled on top and some delicious cookies. It's fall to me. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I do so hope you enjoyed coming around my home with me for this autumn season, and I do so hope you have a blessed and happy fall. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. I'd love to have you here at the Sweet and Simple Home. Alright everyone, I'll see you again soon. Bye!